Megyn Kelly talks to Tucker Carlson about if he and Ben Shapiro can, kind of bury the hatchet. Interesting. It's an interesting conversation.
Talk just for 1 minute about Ben Shapiro, because he too is under threat. I know you both very well, and I also really care about Ben. And you cannot see Ben without 6 armed guards. He said on the Daily Wire not long ago, and I think it was a great line. He said, if they kill Matt Walsh, God forbid, everybody will know who did it. Some crazed leftist. He said, if they kill me, it'll be like an Agatha Christie novel, like a mystery, where they won't know. Could be alt-right, could be far left. Like, he's got a lot of haters. And so there was this one brief shining moment after Charlie died where you guys kind of buried the hatchet, and
I called him. I called him and Mark Levin, who I know well. He's obviously a lunatic, but he's a person, and I didn't want to fight.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. That's got Trump energy right there.
Obviously a lunatic, but he's a person, and I didn't want to fight. Well, he obviously is, but I didn't want to fight with him at all. And I said to both of them, I called them the day after, or 2 days after Charlie was killed, from my backyard, because I was really thinking about it and praying about it. And I was like, we agree on a lot, actually. And I'm not that interested in the topic of Israel. I'd be so glad never to hear the name again. I mean, I would be so glad. I would never mention it again. I'm not for more forever wars. Let's just stop that pressure, and I'll never mention it again. I'll never think about it again. You obviously care about it much more than I do. That's fine. But take that off the table, and we agree on a lot. So let's, not attack each other. And they didn't abide by those terms, but that's fine. They were under no
Mark
obligation.
Levin was literally attacking you within days of that. I remember when you had that conversation. We talked about
fine.
it. Within days.
That's fine. I don't care what
He's also out there calling me an anti-Semite. I don't even know what I know at least what the accusations against you are. I have no idea what I did.
Is anyone thinking through the damage this is doing, like downstream? I don't think that Levin, again, there are things that Levin says that I agree with completely.
Okay, but enough about him, because he's truly, Mark Levin, you're like, oh, Mark Levin's angry again. What a shock. But is there any way that you and Ben Shapiro can actually find your way to détente?
I'm not against Ben.
I don't think there's a way for someone like Tucker to coexist with Ben Shapiro, because Ben Shapiro plays identity politics. That's the problem with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro plays identity politics just as bad as the left does. That's the issue with him. And so I don't see any way that Shapiro and Tucker can get along without Tucker bending the knee completely for what Ben Shapiro wants him to say.
Shapiro, he did like a 40-minute thing yesterday calling me dangerous and all this stuff. It's like, I didn't watch it because why? But I got a lot of texts about it, and it's like, I don't think Ben Shapiro is driving a lot of this stuff. I don't consider him like the world's greatest force for evil. I don't feel that way at all. I don't actually think about him ever. So I'm not attacking him. I saw him at Charlie's memorial service backstage. It was totally nice, and he looked a little uncomfortable, but I wasn't uncomfortable. I'm like a lunatic. I was like prattling on and telling obscene jokes and all this stuff, and he was totally nice. A little appalled, but nice. And so I don't want to have a war with Ben Shapiro. I don't know does he really think that me doing an interview in which I explained that anti-Semitism is wrong to one of the lead purveyors of anti-Semitism, that somehow makes me a Nazi? Like, what is the argument here?
I'm going to ask him tomorrow night.
No, but I don't even understand what the argument is. All I know is that the right, and I've been on the right since before Ben was born, is acting like the left in such an amazingly precise way that I'm like, what the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. And I tell you this, I'm against that. I was against it when the left did it. I'm against censorship. I'm against identity politics, no matter who does it, period. Because that violates my principles, and I'll never be on board with that. I don't care if my own kids run for office. If they engage in censorship and identity politics, I'm out. If it's all about their tribe, if this is about whose ever tribe, we're done. This has to be about.
I am 100% like when it comes down to like Ben Shapiro or Tucker Carlson. I will be on Tucker Carlson's side all day, every day. I'm kind of at the point where whatever side Ben Shapiro's on, I'm going to be on the opposite side of it, because I think Ben Shapiro is completely controlled, and Ben Shapiro will absolutely stab you in the back and throw you under the bus, drive the bus over you, and then back up and drive over you again if he sees the need to.
Our common Americanness, we're all American citizens, and if our politics is not about that, it can't continue, period.
So there you have.
Gold is up
so noticing basically that Tucker basically said in the nicest way possible, I'm not really interested in burying the hatchet with Ben. He said it in a very nice way. I think that, man, I think you're going to see a huge divide over the next couple of years with the conservative, non-leftist movement, however you want to word it. And I don't know how that gets stopped. I don't know who stops it. I don't know how that gets stopped, but it is absolutely happening. And it's going to be the central story moving into the 2026 midterms. That will be the central story. And that's why it's important to pay attention to it. Some people can brush this off as drama, whatever. It's absolutely the number one story moving into this. If the divide does not get fixed, it will destroy. And that is the problem right now. It's a huge problem between, you know, the Tucker side, the Shapiro, you've got the Fuentes dynamic, you've got, you know, this Turning Point stuff, you got the Candace Owens stuff. It's all over the place right now, man. It really is kind of crazy. So I don't know what the answer is, but it's worth paying attention to. Absolutely.